All right, part five. Yeah, I'm dragging this out, but I'm interested in it. I've never done this before, so I'm kind of enjoying doing it. And also, it's not even been an hour so far. So if this were in the classroom, this would only be uh, almost a third of your class, and that's it. So although maybe the following along takes twice as long, I don't know how it works out. I'm trying to keep it simple. So we're gonna kind of correct a few things that we see here, add a couple spheres where we can, and that I think this section will be the last before we go to the next place, which the next place is pretty interesting, I think. So I can't wait. All right, so um, Control D, go back to this. Let's rotate it down. I do like this slant better, and if you look at the profile here, you can tell that it comes down more. So I'm gonna lock by pressing enter. And maybe that's okay. Maybe we could come up a little bit more. So, because if we look at this from this connection right here to this connection, that would be represented this way. So it's possible that we could bring these in a little bit more. The brow ridge, which I'll take a look at. But I'm going for that angle. Let's take a look at what it looks like from the profile. Um, it looks a little more severe in the profile here, but I think some of that has to do with we've got a part that maybe we can add here. I'll take a look at that. Um, press enter to unlock. Let's see if we need to bring these in a little bit more. Um, maybe make them smaller. Okay. Right here at the forehead, there's something called the frontal eminence. You can see it squares up. See if I could get away with adding something like that. I don't know if we should use the brow ridge. I think I've always thought of it about at least that size. So Control V, C, and then Control V. I don't know if this is going to work. Uh, it's going to look like some kind of horns or something like that, probably. They line up not quite in the center of the eye socket. Yeah, I don't know. Let's take a look. It's not, it looks weird to me. I'm going to take them off, even though they represent something. I could probably do a better job. Maybe if I scaled up. Maybe that's probably, okay. Makes it look a little less like horns. Uh, yeah, it's probably okay. It's not a lot, it's something. Um, Also, when I look at this right here, um, I'm sorry I didn't have the name for you, but that can we can add a form there. So probably something along this size. So Control C, then V. Um, if we go to the side, what do we see? We don't really see anything. Let's see over here. Comes out a little bit, but not much. So and you can see it kind of like it connects. I mean, it comes out, but it connects. So maybe if we add another sphere right underneath it, Control D, deselect, grab, pull that in. Let's make it a little more elegant. So let's scale global, rotate global, grab, probably, let's see, let's go to scale global, make it a little bit longer. Scale, make that a little more narrow. It's, yeah, I mean, we're dealing, the thing about bones is bones have the concavities. The flesh and blood don't, because it's convexity, because we're made of what, 60-70% water. So it's like we're water balloons, basically, where the water pressure is pushing out and creating convexities. Bones basically house all these series of water balloons that are in the form of muscles. And so they have a lot of concavities. So we're creating forms that have a lot of concavities, but we're using convexities. So it's not an exact method of getting there, but it's sculpture. So that's not too bad. So another thing I wanted to add was right over here, the front of the jaw, or at least the body of the jaw right here, the ramus, whatever. So we'll just Control C this piece, Control V, and see what we come up with if we rotate that. So Control D deselects, and then we select that. Let's see. You know, this may not work. I may not really be a big fan of it, but I thought I would try it. I don't like it. It's a superficial thing. I think that the actual form is a little deeper. It goes underneath what we already have in place. So let me see. We don't need it. So I'll just get rid of it. Delete. Okay. Wonder what else we could do. I think probably that's not too bad. Wonder if we could do something over here, right here on the skull, right there. That's not too bad. I think it adds something. Let's, yeah. I think that adds something. yeah. What else can we do before we sign off here? Um, Probably add something right here, because right now we have the temporal line that goes from right here. It's an arc that goes from uh, top of the eye socket all the way back to the parietal eminence. It's not completely visible, and in this it's barely visible, but on some people you have a nice line that goes all the way back. But for sure, um, we might get away with adding a sphere right here to kind of have this area rest as a depression on its own. Let me see if we could get that to work. So we got this sphere, Control C, V, let's go to here. Let's move. Yeah, that's not bad, because what it also does is it gives you, if you look at the skull, you have a peak form here, and then right from that peak at the top here, it slants down. Um, and so this kind of gives us that a little bit. Um, Rather than a curve like a circle, it kind of gives you another edge right over here. So um, we'll keep that. I'm just making sure everything seems to be, probably could angle that back more. That's going to be, let's see. I think that works probably better. All right, that's the end of part 5.